In the last episode, we explained how the Titans and the Olympians, on their run to Hesiod, were attacked and destroyed by the Gauss government forces. A small part of the survivors of the massacre reached Hesiod, others have reached Earth, and the others have been lost in the vastness of space. The Titans who arrived on Earth settled in the mountains we now call Pontic, Caucasus, and Carpathians, while the Olympians settled in the Greek and Balkan mountains. A few days after landing on Earth, Gauss forces, which were pursuing the survivors, reached Earth's orbit. In order not to be spotted, the Olympians and the Titans decided to destroy all the onboard instruments of the space fighters that could have been scanned, tracked, or identified by the Gauss forces. However, the Olympians managed to hide a space fighter in an underwater cave off the coast of Greece. Gauss forces left Earth as soon as they noticed that there were no Olympians or Titan survivors. Immediately after the departure of Gauss forces, the Olympians and the Titans began to look for solutions in order to leave Earth, but the situation seemed hopeless. They were on a planet where they had virtually no technology at hand, and all they had left was a space shuttle. The local population of the planet was made up of primitive species, which could only help them with labor, but how could they convince people to work? In the end, the Olympians and the Titans decided that, although it was totally immoral, they had no choice but to assign themselves the role of gods. Thus, the Olympians began to subjugate the people of Greece, the Balkans, and the Aegean Sea, while the Titans seized mainly the people of the Caucasus, Pontic, and Carpathian mountains, and the northern Black Sea. No matter how much the Olympians and Titans wanted to create a ship and travel to Hesiod, the rebel gathering place, they had neither the resources nor the knowledge to build one. It was just like the pilots would try to rebuild a plane after crashing it on an island, only using primitive people's help. Probably the pilots would not know how to do it, and primitive people would not be able to help them. Well, the Titans and the Olympians were in the same situation. Nearly 1,000 Titans and about 400 Olympians had arrived on Earth, but they were either pilots or soldiers. Not one of them had the knowledge to build a ship. Under these conditions, the Titans requested the Olympians to send a hidden space fighter to Hesiod and ask for help. The Olympians, however, wanted to start negotiations with the state of Gaul in order to surrender and return home. They needed the space fighter to go back to Gaul state territory and deliver their message of peace to the government. What happened next and how the Titans went to work with the Olympians, involving humans, of course, you will find out in the next episode of Space Embassy.